What's up YouTube, Speedy Superior here once again with another set, this time on Arcanine, which is basically the opposite, not the opposite, but almost like Ninetales, but on the other side. Um, so Arcanine, looking at Arcanine stats, it is a pretty good Pokemon. Gotta admit, it does have amazing stats, with having a base 90 HP, base 80 on both defenses, 110 attack, 100 special attack, and 95 speed. Arcanine can be either wall, defense or special defensive wall. It could be a speedy Pokemon, hard-hitting speed Pokemon. It could be a special attacker, a physical attacker, or just a stall attacker. Um, it has a pretty wide move pool from what I can see. Obviously, you cannot learn a water move, but it does have a variety of moves that it can use. The defensive ones are going to be the last sets I'm going to use, but I'm going to start with the most offensive sets, physical and special attack. So, just getting started, I decided to go with a Jolly Nature for this first set, and I decided to invest a 132 on HP and full on attack, because you do want full attack on this offensive set, and 124 on speed. The reason why I invested 132 on hit points is so you have a little more durability in the battle. You are pretty good in HP and pretty good in defense, so just balancing out a little bit, and 124 on speed, so you can outspeed several Pokemon, because you do have a base 95 speed. You're a little above a Pikachu speed, so that's good. And of course I gave it leftovers, so you were able to restore some life every turn, but you could always just go for a Life Orb if you wanted to. You could go for Life Orb if you want to do more damage. But I prefer leftovers because you are going to want to restore a little bit. It does get an Intimidate ability. You do not want to switch Arcanine into the Defiant type Pokemon, for example, Bisharp or Bisharp, or Empoleon, a physical Empoleon, because they do get Defiant, and lowering their attack will increase their attack. It does get the Justified ability, meaning if you get hit by a dark move, your attack increases by 1 stage, or Flash Fire, which makes you immune to fire and increases your fire attacks by 1.5 more damage. I prefer Intimidate because you want those physical attackers to actually have a lower attack. And just getting onto the moves, Arcanine does get close combat through breeding. Just so you know, it does have a 120 base power, 100 accuracy, lowers both defenses though by 1 stage. So you might want to switch out Arcanine after using close combat. Let's say you want to use Flare Blitz first turn, and then you want to go for close combat just to finish it off, or Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed, remember, it does have priority. It is a move that's going to have all priority whatsoever. Arcanine gets it, so it's a pretty good move. And then Morning Sun is also a breeding move, which will restore your life, but it's also weather dependent. You might want to have Morning Sun in the sun, as I see. So that's pretty much the offensive set. Remember, Flare Blitz does have a 33% recoil, but that 10% chance to burn the target. 120 base power, as well as close combat, both having a recoil. But Extreme Speed, I believe it's a 80 base power. It's not showing up over here, but it's a 80 base power, having all priority whatsoever. And now just getting to the special attack in Arcanine. I decided to go with the Timid Nature, so you're able to outspeed speed, full special attack, because you do have 100 base special attack lower than attack, and this time it's just outspeeding everything at 4 on just HP, but you could change it up. You could just invest less on speed and invest more on HP, but I think this works out pretty well. You have leftovers here, or you could just want to go for Life Orb if you wanted to. Life Orb, and this Arcanine is going to have Flamethrower, which is 90 base power, 10% chance to burn the target. Dragon Pulse, because it does get Dragon Pulse for coverage against the dragons. And then the reason why it has Sunny Day is because it also gets Solar Beam. But if you don't want to use Solar Beam, you could always just use a different move. Maybe you want Morning Sun on here, and you want Agility to be able to outspeed, and you invest a different way. So it's all dependent on what you want. You could also have Roar if you wanted to. You could have Morning Sun and Roar. It all just depends on what you want to run on Arcanine. He does have a very wide move pool. And then this one is an Arcanine that I sometimes use in battles. So it does have Leftovers, Intimidate, and this one's Adamant. It's a physical attacker because since Arcanine cannot be burnt, it's good to go for the physical nature that's gonna make you attack more. But here's the investments. I decided to go full on hit points, 100 on attack, 100 on defense, and then you decide if you want to invest 56 on special defense or you want to invest 56 on speed. I would do either one. You're going to be fine either one because you are surviving a lot of moves and do have Morning Sun for restoring when you know that you're going to be put below half. Then you just use Morning Sun to restore a little bit. And this Arcanine is going to have Will-O-Wisp to shut down the physical attackers, Flare Blitz, and then it has Extreme Speed, which if you don't want to use Extreme Speed, you could always just go for a Wild Charge. It does have a 90 base power, has 1/4 recoil, but it's all dependent on you. I just go for Extreme Speed rather than Wild Charge, and obviously Morning Sun at the end. I already explained what to use. This is this third set. I think this set is pretty good. I wouldn't change it whatsoever. I recommend this one because it is a durable set. You just gotta know when to switch in, when to switch out, because you're not going to leave in an Arcanine with a Landorus knowing that it's going to Earthquake you to death, or a Gliscor, a full Adamant Gliscor that's going to basically Earthquake you to death as well. Now the last Arcanine that I came up with, and I sometimes use, not rarely though, not all the time but rarely, is a Lumberry Intimidate Jolly Nature Arcanine, which is 200 HP, 252 attack, and just 56 on speed. And again, Intimidate, and this time it has Howl, which increases your attack by 1 stage, because Arcanine surprisingly does not get Swords Dance whatsoever, so it needs a way to increase its attack. And you could look at its moves and stuff, and the only one you will see is Howl. It does get Snarl to lower special attacks, but it's a special attacking move, and you want to keep it up on a physical side. So it also gets Outrage. So if you want more power for dragons on a physical side, it does get Outrage. Then you could have Flare Blitz and Extreme Speed, but you can change Extreme Speed to Close Combat if you wanted to. It all depends on what you want. And I already showed you the EV spread and the nature. So I think Arcanine is an amazing Pokemon, to be honest. I believe it was meant to be a legendary. In the Pokédex, if you look at it, it is considered a legendary Pokemon. And it's also shown in the pictures with 3 legendary birds from Kanto region. So I think Arcanine was meant to be a legendary. Looking at his stats and looking how durable he can be and physical or special attacking he is and kind of speedy, makes you think that it could have been a legendary. But I really hope you enjoyed this set and the sets for Arcanine. There is way more than these 4. Because it's just so many strategies you could use with Arcanine. It's just so many varieties, and fire types are just one of the most common types that are used in the metagame. So either one is fine. I really hope you enjoyed it, and today is very snowy here, so I really hope that everyone has an amazing day and stay safe if it's snowing where you are. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for future videos, and if you like these sets, including the Ninetales one, just give it a thumbs up, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.